there are so many things that you can say to describe how terrible this game was. How awful the Flyers played tonight. They were awful. They were trash. They were so bad tonight. They were incredibly bad. And like I said, there are many ways to describe how bad they play. It was a piss poor effort. It was an absolute shit show. It was a crapshoot. It was bad. Flat out awful. 6-1 to the Buffalo Sabres. And in the first two games where the Flyers won against the Pittsburgh Penguins, there were a little bit of worries because the 5-on-5 play was a little bit sloppy. Their second periods, a little bit bad. The other team were controlling the pace a little bit. But they won those games. They managed to score goals. They managed to shut it down in the third period. But this game, flat out bad the entire way. Awful, terrible execution. Everyone on the ice today was bad. Was just flat out bad. There's no excuses. But I can only say the only positive is that you play this team tomorrow night. You bounce right back, learn from this game, throw it in the trash, and you bounce back tomorrow night. Because this game was awful. This game was terrible. Honestly, you could say the Flyers were exposed a little bit in this game. Okay, they got away with it in the first two games against Pittsburgh. They won those two games. They got away with the way they played. They weren't playing their best, but they got away with it. Today, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Completely exposed from top to bottom, north to south, east to west. Everywhere on the ice, the Flyers were exposed. They looked absolutely terrible in their own zone. They couldn't generate anything in the offensive zone. Couldn't put shots up, consistently turning the puck over and turning over the puck. Oh my goodness. The puck turning over in this game was flat out terrible. There was like one sequence in that first period when the fourth line was out there and they were against the Jack Eichel line. A sequence where they could not get the puck out of their zone at all. And they had their chances to. All they had to do was bring it up the ice. But no, they would try to make a pass, try to make a play, turns it right over to Jack Eichel 3 times in a row in that one specific shift. And then just the rest of the night, that was the way the game played out. Carter Hart, I would say through the first period, and I honestly wouldn't say he had a terrible game. The team left him out to dry. I'm not blaming Carter Hart for this game. Yeah, he got pulled. But when you're losing 4-0, and your team is playing like absolute garbage, the coach has to make a move to wake-up call for the team. You're playing terrible. Yeah, Carter Hart didn't have his best night. Wasn't his fault the team lost. The team in front of him didn't play good. I would say maybe that one goal, the first goal by Lazar at the end of the first period, is a goal that he would definitely want back. Coming up on the left side, just throws a backhander out there, sneaks by him top shelf. Maybe wasn't on his best angle or something like that. It was a hell of a shot by Lazar, but that's definitely something Carter Hart would want back. Flat out terrible. This game was just flat out awful. And you can literally just describe this entire game. The Flyers just weren't there. There was no effort. There was no effort whatsoever. It wasn't there on the ice. Nothing whatsoever. Turnovers, lack of effort, not being able to put enough pucks onto the net, not generating any chances at all, really anything dangerous at that point. You get one measly goal at the end that basically means nothing in garbage time. Just absolute terrible, just leaving guys wide open in the slot. Not good enough. And you have the second goal by the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah, the penalty was on Carter Hart. I think it was Lazar that was driving the net. And yes, Carter Hart reached his stick out there to try to poke check him, and he tripped over it. Yeah, that's definitely a penalty right there. But there's nothing Carter Hart can do on that second goal. You literally got the one reason is that you got Taylor, I think it was Taylor Hall or Jack Eichel in the right corner. And they somehow feed a pass over to Sam Reinhart. Yeah, this was Taylor Hall, I think. He somehow is able to feed a pass through the blue paint where Justin Braun is literally standing right there. And that pass somehow goes through him, right to the stick of Sam Reinhart, and he puts it right by Carter Hart. He can't do anything about it. He got the blocker on it, didn't get enough of it, but it was enough to trickle into the net. 2-0 Buffalo. And then you get another goal by Sam Reinhart when you have the defense literally pinching in, just overcommitting to the puck. Same thing with Nicolas Aube-Kubel. He was completely overcommitting to the puck, and he leaves Sam Reinhart wide open for a goal to make it 3-0. He was literally just out in the middle of the office, just, I'm right here, the puck's right here, and they managed to get it to him, and he puts it right into the net, buries it right by Carter Hart. And then Curtis Lazar, this is just a fantastic passing play. He's literally wide open on the left side of the net, buries it into the open net 4-0. Great play by Taylor Hall right there to make that play happen. I think it was Taylor Hall, maybe not. But just the second period, the first period garbage, second period garbage, third period garbage. This team did not come to play tonight. This team was just flat out terrible from head to toe. This game was absolute dog shit. It was terrible. And then you get in the third period, and then you have Brian Elliott in the net at this point. Maybe try to wake the team up. Jokiharju just throws a backhander. Literally, this goal, I would say, describes the Flyers tonight as well. Throws a little soft backhander to the net. Goes off of Eric Gustafson's skate while Brian Elliott is trying to reach out there with the glove. Oh, we got a little bit of a goal at the end right there by Nicolas Aube-Kubel. Nice feed from Raffle, but barely trickled in off of his stick and went into the net. But then, directly after that play, Nicolas Aube-Kubel does the dumbest thing and literally just punches Rasmus Dahlin right in the face as he's going into the boards. Well, not into the boards, as he's trying to go after the puck. And then he gets a 4-minute double minor off of that. And then, they score Victor Olofsson on the left side. Very nice passing play right there from Taylor Hall. Just puts it into the wide open net. There's really not much to talk about with this game. This game was absolute garbage. This game was terrible. And like I said, just going back to the first two games, the Flyers, they got away with playing a little bit sloppy because they scored goals. They scored 6 goals in the first game against Pittsburgh, 5 goals in the second game. They scored 11 goals in the first 2 games. But this game, they got exposed by Buffalo. And then you also got some other things that come into this game as well. You don't have Sean Couturier, out for 2 weeks. Morgan Frost slides into the lineup. There's also a situation going on with Shane Gostisbehere. He's now off of the roster, and Connor Bunnaman gets called up to be the extra forward. Yeah, the team definitely missed Sean Couturier out there on the ice. The team looked lost. The team looked completely confused. And that's not an excuse. I know Sean Couturier, he's a Selke winning one of the best first-line centers in the National Hockey League. He is one of the best. But him being out of the lineup should not be the reason why this game was so bad. All the depth that this team has, and they could not generate anything tonight. Like I said, way too many turnovers, way too many giveaways, and just lack of communication, just lack of anything, lack of energy, lack of effort. This game was just completely bad from head to toe. It was a garbage game. This team got completely exposed tonight. Because they got away with it against Pittsburgh. Buffalo didn't let them get away with it tonight. And Alain Vigneault said it himself during the press conference. He was embarrassed by the way they played today. Embarrassed. And honestly, I would be too. And I trust Alain Vigneault to whip this team into shape. This team has not played their best game for the first 3 games this season. And that's also one thing you could say too. It's only the third game of the season. But then you also have to look at the other picture too. It's a shortened 56-game season. So if you go on a losing skid, it's going to be hard to catch back up. So the Flyers can't afford to go on a stretch of losing right here. And definitely this is saying that they're going to go on a stretch of losing. That's definitely an overreaction on that point. But the way they played today, that was garbage. That was just absolutely terrible. I mean, how do you, one sequence, and I keep going back to that sequence in the first period, where the fourth line literally turned it over to Jack Eichel 3 times in a row. Like, how is that even mentally possible? How is that even physically possible for you to turn the puck over 3 times? I know Jack Eichel is a superstar, but you shouldn't be turning the puck over 3 times. Get the puck out of the zone. Drive up the ice. Get some chances on Carter Hutton, because he literally did nothing in the net tonight. Carter Hutton had literally no worries at all tonight. The Flyers didn't do anything. Anytime they tried to get into the offensive zone, they tried to generate anything. Shot from the point, blocked. Shot, went wide, gets deflected, goes another way. Or it's a shot and he sees it immediately right away. Just clear as day view of the puck for him to save it. He had to do absolutely nothing in this game. And there's also another thing that worries me too. The first 3 games of this season, the Flyers got outshot in all of them. Outshot in all of them. In today's game, they were outshot 37-22. I think in Friday's game against Pittsburgh, they had 20 shots on net. And Wednesday's game, they only had like in the low 20s, I think 21 or 22, something like that. Maybe even higher than that. I might be wrong. But it's concerning how much they are getting outshot. Because in the first 2 games against Pittsburgh, when they were taking their shots, they were going in. Tristan Jarry wasn't playing his best games in those games with Pittsburgh. But today you barely generated anything. That first power play you had in the first period, your best chance was when Ivan Provorov broke the stick on that one shot and it got blocked. That was probably your best chance on that power play, and basically nothing else happened after that. You're more disciplined in this game, definitely. But they still scored on a couple of the power play goals right there. They scored on the power play goal that was on Carter Hart's tripping penalty, and they scored that power play goal late in the game. Because of Nicolas Aube-Kubel's stupidity and just literally punching Rasmus Dahlin. This game was bad. This game was absolute dog shit. And I'm not going to sit here and yell at the camera because I feel like there's no point on doing that. Because it's just, this game was bad though. This game was really, really bad. But for some reason, deep down, it doesn't piss me off. For some reason, deep down, it doesn't piss me off. Because I think I know why. Because I know this team is way better than us. Honestly, when you know this team is way better than us, this should make you even more mad because they're not playing up to their capabilities. Alain Vigneault stated that in this press conference. The team hasn't played to their expectations or to the way that they can play the first 3 games of the season. The first 2 games, they just managed to they were just better than Pittsburgh. They just managed to outscore Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had a lot of the momentum and a lot of control in some of those games. They managed to outscore them. Today, felt like it's just an entire power play for Buffalo. Buffalo controlled the entire pace of the play the entire night. The entire night. It was not good. It was not pretty to watch. And like I said, I think the only positive looking into this game is that you play this team tomorrow. And you have a chance to bounce back tomorrow. Get a little bit of revenge. But it's a little worrisome because this team looked like they missed Sean Couturier a lot. And right now, this team is looking like they missed Matt Niskanen a lot. Especially on the blue line and what he provided for them. Because the turnovers, the sloppiness, not being able to get the puck out of the zone, just sloppy defensive play overall. And Sean Couturier definitely is a miss right there because he's a guy that can help you in your own defensive zone and can help drive the puck out, bring the puck up, and help something in the offensive zone. They were definitely missing him big time. And even though, like I said, the fourth line, during that one sequence when they turned the puck over 3 times, the fourth line was the best line out there tonight. They were the one generating all the chances for this team. Kevin Hayes' line couldn't really do anything. And then you saw in the third period, Alain Vigneault was starting to mix and match the lines up a little bit. You saw TK out there with Kevin Hayes and Claude Giroux. You saw Morgan Frost out there, I think, with JVR and Jake Voracek. You saw Nolan Patrick boot up the lineup a little bit. You saw a little bit of flipping and flopping up right there, even the defensive pairings. You saw Sanheim with Provorov. You saw Gustafsson with Myers. Probably Braun with Haig. I can definitely see tomorrow if AV switches things up a little bit. Definitely switches up some of the line pairings, and definitely switches up some of the defensive pairings. But the one thing that is confirmed, Brian Elliott is still going to be the starter for tomorrow. That's nothing that's not going to change right there. And how are the Flyers going to come out tomorrow? Are they going to come out with a chip on their shoulders? Are they going to be a little bit pissed? I hope they are very pissed because this is definitely a game that is hard to swallow and is going to make you lose sleep tonight. It's definitely going to make them lose a lot of sleep because they were completely outplayed. They got embarrassed on the ice right there. If the Philadelphia fans were in that stadium today, if anyone was in that stadium, you would hear that boo. You would hear them booing them right off the ice. I'm surprised they didn't have any generated boos and the automatic fan noise right there. It was that bad. It was absolutely that bad. You had the Eagles earlier this season with the automated boos. Maybe the Flyers need it a little bit. They definitely do. Maybe they need the fans that are out there that scream, shoot! Maybe they need that a little bit. It was a very frustrating game. Because we know this team is better than this. But also, at the same time, I'm not overly pissed. Because I also, like I said, I know this team is better than this. And they can play better than this. But still, those little things that are worrying right now. The 5-on-5 play, the turnovers, the sloppy defensive play. They need to find a way to fix that. In the first 3 games, it's been very obvious, and Buffalo exposed that tonight. They need to find a way to fix this tomorrow. find a way to fix this for this upcoming stretch, because it's not going to be easy. Buffalo tomorrow, Boston Thursday and Saturday, New Jersey next week, and then you wrap up the month with the Islanders. That's going to be a tough stretch of games right there. And the Flyers right now, they need to wake up. They need to wake up a lot. We were all excited with the first 2 games when they won. Because, yeah, they played sloppy, but they won those games. Wake up a little bit. They got to wake up. This is a wake-up call for them. Because today's game, absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. And the more I'm talking in this video, the more mad I'm getting. So I think that's a clear sign for to wrap it up right here. So I want to hear your thoughts on this Flyers game right here. Just your thoughts on how terrible it was. Your thoughts on what they need to do to fix this. Do you think it's a positive that they just play Buffalo tomorrow and have a chance to bounce back? I want to hear your thoughts. So don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to check out the Painted Line, to which I am a part of. Their links will be in the description below. We had our Flyers watch party. It was definitely very miserable today because of how bad it was. But we are definitely going to have another watch party tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned for that. Their links will be in the description below. Don't forget to check out the Florida Podcast merchandise website. That link will also be in the description below. Thank you for tuning into this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.